Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be trying to put this tender onto my Bowser Challenger. I'm doing this because I've been wanting to run my Challenger on my tracks for a while now, but I don't have a tender for it. But I recently got this Bowser E6, so hopefully I can be able to swap the tender onto the Challenger. So today, that's what this video is going to be about. As you can see here on the Challenger, I've got this hole right here, and then this plug. And on the E6 with the tender, all you really need to do is just do that, and then you've got the plug. So I'm thinking of doing is taking the drawbar off of this, putting it onto the Challenger, and then hopefully that's how it's gonna work. I think I need a long bolt and nut for the Challenger. So there goes that. And then I'm going to take the drawbar off of this. So, something just popped. So I'm going to take this drawbar off and I'm going to put it on the Challenger and see if that works. And if it does, then I'm going to try and put the tender on. And if it does work, then we're going to haul some cars, which would be awesome. So here's the drawbar, put this over here, and we're gonna put the E6 aside. Okay, so the Challenger has a, like a loophole, whatever, for the wire connection. So I'm gonna need to take this screw out. Let's see, do I have any nuts and bolts? Oh, I do. I've got this bolt and this nut. The nut looks to be a bit big, but that's all I have. Let's see, does it work? Yes, well, loosely it works, but it's good enough. Let's see, does it fit the drawbar? Yeah, it does. So I'm trying to think, I'm gonna mount it. So yeah, so this fits, so I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna, oh no, no. And then I'm gonna screw this on. Why is this thing squared? It's so weird. There's probably a reason for it, but I don't know what the reason is. So I'm gonna leave it a bit loose. Okay. So, and then we're gonna, wherever that one screw went, there. And we're gonna put that screw into here. And tighten this down. Hopefully I can see this. There. And then we're going to, like, that, so there. So, even though that looks a bit odd, there we go, we have the Challenger and the Pennsylvania tender connected, so I will get you guys on the ground and we'll test it out. Okay, so here is the track, let's test it. Oh, saw the spark? So it seems to be shorted out. So, you know what that means? I put the wheels on the wrong side on the Challenger, but a simpler solution to this for now is to flip the wheels on the tender. So I'll get back to y'all when that's done. Okay, so I flipped the tender wheels, so now this should work. Oh. Oh, shorted again. Oh, here we go. Oh, frick. I think my curves are too tight. Now it just stopped. Oh. Now it seems to be shorting out. Something's derailed. I think the front trunk is derailed, so I'll re-rail that. Okay, so what was happening was the front and lead wheels kept on popping off the tracks. I'm gonna just take those off. So I think my 18-inch radius curves are too tight for this engine, which makes sense because it's a huge engine. But when I was building it and I would push it along the track, these would never derail. So that's the kind of odd part. But I was able to get it run a little bit off the camera, and then it's railed. But so this should hopefully solve the issue of the derailing, but I don't know about the running. So I'm gonna oil up all these little parts, and then I'm gonna get back to you. Okay, so I have come to the conclusion that I think that I need to flip the drivers around, because I've noticed that this wheel keeps touching the frame of the motor, and that's what's causing the short circuit that I know of. So I'll get back to y'all when the wheels are done being flipped over. So after like about a couple hours or so of me messing around, I figured out that this wire is actually what might be causing the short. So if I take the shell off, you can see this big thing sticking out over here. Let me zoom in. That, whenever the wire would be tugged on, like when the tender, it would touch the shell and short out the whole engine. So hopefully if I just cut this bit off, that should hopefully solve one of the shorting issues. So I'll get back to y'all in a few, and I'll hopefully solve the short problem. So after doing more testing, I've come to the conclusion that it was a mixture of the wire hitting the shell and this, so when I flipped over the wheels, I didn't notice this. So I got the wire hooked up to the motor, and I'm gonna touch this. It's gonna kind of run, but it's gonna spark. Well, if I do this way, it runs perfectly fine. Let's do this again. You see it's sparking? But if I do it this way, it runs perfectly fine. So I'm thinking is when I swapped them, I didn't put the wheel in the right way, but I'm looking at it. Yeah, I think I put the wheel in the wrong way, because if you can kind of see the insulator right there, and then when you go over here, there is no insulator, but you can look over here in this insulator. And while I was running it, turns out that one of the tires was cracked and it just fell off. Well, it didn't fall off. I cut it off because it kept on getting loose and like touching the shell and shorting the shell out. You can kind of see that that one's cracked too. But yeah, this one was a lot worse and the whole thing just came off. So I just took it off because it kept on getting in the way. So I'm going to switch these over, and then I'm going to get back at y'all, and hopefully it runs. Okay, so I have it hooked up to track power. I did the wheel swap. Now let's see if it runs. Oh, let's go. Uh-oh, okay. So let's go see if it works forward. Oh, yes. Finally. So this should hopefully still work when I put the shell on and then the tender. That's the whole goal of this video, is to put a tender on this engine, and it turned out to be a whole repair video, which I was not intending, but here we go. Okay, so I'm so confident in my work that I have gone ahead and actually already attached the tender to the engine without testing it. So, without further ado, let's do this. Oh, there we go. Seems like it's got like no power. I bet you that old motor needs a new magnet, but I'm not gonna strain it anymore because the motor needs to work so we can run all these cars with it. So let's do this. Oh, come on. Yes. Don't die. No. Yes. Come on. Yeah, I think this motor isn't strong enough, and it just uncoupled. Well, anyways, that's it.